Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm working on planting some alfalfa here. So this is a field that's right down the road from our farm, and so it's about 10-ish acres, and our neighbors just wanted this field planted hay. They run this land here and everything over here, so they just want a little piece of hay here in front of their house quick. So they said that we could have rented here, and we're gonna put, like I said, 10 acres of alfalfa on. So I just got the headlands done, and I'm working on doing the first round here. So we're trying to get this planted quick because there's supposed to be rain on the way, which is all right because it's been pretty dry. So a little rain definitely wouldn't hurt, but we just want to make sure we get this in the ground. That way we won't have to worry about trying to mud stuff up, and that way it gets in the ground as soon as possible so it can start getting growing. So it's the next day now, and we didn't end up getting any rain, even though it was supposed to be this big storm and stuff, but it got all blown north of us. So now we decided we're gonna work on all of our pit. That's like one of the big things we have to get done here before we work on trying to work all of our fields and stuff and be able to get ready to plant corn. So right now I'm hauling in one of the fields that they put tile in. So this was the piece that this part of the field that I'm hauling on was where they didn't quite get done the day I last took video of it. Finished up, and I'll show you when I come back with the next load, so we're more in between all the time. But they did a couple things here. So my dad was hauling down towards the middle of the field, and we have one other tractor hauling in a different field. So we're gonna work on at least getting some of this field covered, so that way it has a little bit of fertilizer on it. And then we're gonna try to get as much hauled here the next couple of days. So my dad has worked most of all the tile line in, for sure in this field. I'm not sure if he did that in the other field here, but basically wherever he worked. So like right here there's a tile line they put in, and then like right there they put one in, and then like this part right here, it seemed like where these shorter rows are, it seemed like they put a lot more in than what was over there, a lot closer. So I just figured I'd kind of show you what ended up happening down here for that stuff. So working on the hauling here. My dad had to go stop for a little bit. I think he had to go work on some other stuff, but we still got 2 tankers going, so we should be able to knock quite a bit out here. So we're just gonna call it quits here. It's about to get dark, and we got quite a bit hauled out of the pit today, so things are going well. We figured we better just quit on a good note, and then we'll go back at it tomorrow. For a lot of it, it was either just me and the person on that tanker, and then for a while I did it by myself, and then my dad hopped back on the semi. So if we would have been running all 3 tankers for the whole time I ran for about 4.5 hours, we probably would have had it down at least another 6 inches. So we definitely could probably get more done tomorrow and stuff. So figured just call it a day before anything happens or struggle in the dark. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow now. So it's a couple days later now, and we had some rain, so we're not gonna be able to haul for a little while here. The fields are pretty schmeary, and we had the rain 2 days ago now, so it's gonna be a little bit. We're gonna work on some other things now because we got our open house for our dealer valve robots and stuff next week. So when this video comes out, it's actually gonna be like tomorrow. But yeah, so we're gonna work on a couple things to do that, just so we can have everything spick and span for that. So we'll show you as we work on some of that stuff. So one of the things we're gonna work on here is replacing some plastic on one of our heifer barns here. So as you can see, we've already replaced some of this here, because the greener stuff here is stuff that's been original with the barn here, and the barn's not exactly brand new anymore. So we're gonna slowly replace the older green plastic here as it kind of breaks. This last stuff broke in a windstorm we had a little while back, so we're gonna work on putting a couple sheets up there, me and Duke, and then we'll go work on the next thing. So we got our piece down there done, and now we're working on taking the old plastic off over here. So this is right on the edge, so it's kind of a pain to work with because there's this white cover that goes over the corner of the plastic, and there's a screw that is underneath there, so you got to pull the plastic up to get that one out, and then we'll get this little chunk out. So I said we only had to replace 3, but we ended up taking one more sheet off over here since the bottom was kind of junky. So we'll end up replacing 3 over here and then that one over there. So should just have to take a few more screws out. We can go start putting the new sheets back on right here. So some other stuff that we're working on here is finishing up some parts of the robot room. So one thing we did is we put a white piece of our white board that we have up here to cover this wood. It's not wood, it's plastic, but we want to, and people that inspect farms and like stuff, they want your wood covered up. So we're working on, we put that up there. We're gonna put a couple pieces here to cover up wood here, and then Duke and I are gonna work on covering some other stuff up in here, and then we gotta go to the other side and do the same thing. So we're gonna work on doing that here for a little bit. Also check out the new fancy lights. So yeah, pretty much everything screwed on and fixed up, so that way it's ready to go for anyone that's gonna come on Tuesday to the open house here. So got our piece up there and stuff, and everything's covered up here. So you might touch a few things up with a little caulk just to make sure everything's sealed and stuff, but otherwise this side's done. So we got the 2 of the robot boxes done. Now we just gotta do the ones on the other side over there. So we got all the stuff done inside the robot room, so that's gonna be really all for the video, guys. It's gonna be a little bit shorter today, but we're just working on a bunch of stuff to get the rooms ready for our open house that's gonna be here in a couple days. So there's still opportunity if you guys would like to come. I've made a YouTube short about it and stuff, and you could go to our Never Rest Dairy Facebook page if you want to see more information about that. But otherwise, that will be all for this video. So I guess we'll see you guys next time, and